It's hard to believe that just 20 years ago, this was a city divided. Today, a united Germany is a progressive country, but Berlin still remains a city of contrasts. Modern architecture stands next to structures that are centuries old, and vestiges of the old Soviet bloc can still be found on the streets of a new Berlin. They may be symbols of a failed East Germany, but could they be the precursors to the Green Movement? Hello everyone, and welcome to Little Known Berlin, where we show you hidden gems in some of the world's best known locations. I'm Alexis Sita, thanks for joining us. Well, the Trabant, or Trabi as they were commonly known, was one of the few cars sold in East Germany for nearly 30 years. It's made of recycled material, which helped to create a small and strange car. Across from part of the Berlin Wall, a lot is filled with the euphemistically called Trabi limousines. Today they're owned by Trabi Safari, a tour company giving visitors the chance to drive like residents of the former GDR, better known as East Germany.
One.
All the way up to two.
Two.
Back to the neutral position.
The small interior won't remind you of other famous German car brands, but East Germany was cut off from Western products for decades. So however primitive it may seem, for a time the Trabant was a car to covet.
During GDR times, you paid 9,000 East marks for such a car. So it was around about 2 years' income to spend for such a car. But the problem was never the money, because you had a long time to save money. Average waiting time for such a car was 10 till 12 years. The Trabi is the only car in the world where the price doubled just after it left the factory. People were so keen to get a car that they paid nearly every price.
The small two-stroke engine sounds like a lawnmower, and while many in the West joke that the car body was made of cardboard, it was actually made of a kind of plastic.
Duraplast is a mixture of cotton and resin. It's the exterior of this car. You press it into form and bake it. It's a mixture 1-to-1. And the good thing about it, it can't rust, can't get any dents. But if you hit anything too hard, it will break directly and you have a hole.
Look at how you have to sit. It's so small back there. We don't have seatbelts, by the way. If you think you're exposed being on a bike, this feels about the same.
Use the handbrake, put it in first gear, and roll off the parking lot. Auf der Berlin Wall. Hier auf der linken Seite unserer ersten Sehenswürdigkeit jetzt war ein Originalstück Berliner Mauer. The one with the red brick facade is a Kohlhoff building containing the fastest elevator in whole Europe, where Ronald Reagan, president of the United States, in 1987 asked Mr. Gorbachev, please open this gate. Yeah, you booked very good weather today.
We lost one.
Reichstag building. Reichstag building is again the seat of the German parliament. It was once.
And as you drive through West Berlin, you can't help but realize you're doing something that was not possible just 20 years ago. And while the symbols of a modern society are everywhere, Germany's socialist past is never hard to find. And at this point, you start to realize what a luxury these cars were for so many East Berliners. To the owner who lived under a repressive government, the Trabant represented freedom. And these moments make what could be a kitschy tour seem quite meaningful.
The car was a companion of the people in the GDR, very trusting, reliable partner for the people. So we often have customers that are coming back and unfortunately I sold mine, I don't know why. But 20 years ago I wanted to have a modern Western car, and nowadays I'm very sad that I did so, and they want to ride again these old, true, reliable cars.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on Little Known Berlin, where we show you hidden gems in some of the world's best known locations. I'm Alexis Sita. We'll see you next time.